All right, so for this episode, I'm going to be talking about Back on Figg host Heather Sanders and show you guys how she ruined her and Tyrell's reputation single-handedly. And I'm just going to be going over all the recent situations that we've been seeing as well as the past ones that really show how evil and twisted and narcissistic this woman really is. This is one sick fuck, and I'm not kidding. That's why I've got all these clips. If I didn't have all... How could I have all these clips if she wasn't an awful person? You know what I mean? So with that, I would like to begin this piece with our first clip. This is a fantastic little piece of video that I've got. It really gives a very premium insight into Heather's mind, into her evil. You know what I mean? So basically in this clip, Heather brings up this poll that was made in the Reddit or some shit. I don't even know. But she brings it up, and the question on the poll was, out of this specific selection of thoughts, which one would you shack up with if you were stranded on an island forever? And so she wants to play this like little game. So Keem stirs the pot and asks Tyrell right in front of Heather who he would pick if Heather wasn't there, like who would be the runner-up. And Tyrell picks Ace Girl Cheeks without even hesitating, because I'm guessing that he just was like, he thought it was just all hypothetical. He was put on the spot. He's kind of a timid guy when it comes to this type of thing. So he just probably just blurted out an answer just to get it out of the way. And so when Schoolboy Q is asked which thought he would select if he were on this island, he said that he would euthanize himself before he slept with any of them. And then Heather, who's basically been sitting in his lap the whole time and flirting with him the entire pod, forcefully body slaps him and says, "No, Q, you're coming with me. We're going to go on that island and we're going to fuck." Right in front of Tyrell. And so Keem's reaction is so funny and everything is so great. It's one thing for Tyrell to like blurt out an answer and be like, yeah, okay, like what the fuck? But it's another thing to be sitting right next to the person and then putting your hands on their body and saying, no, you like, look at me, like we're going to go, you know what I mean? So that's actually crazy. And so this was, it's really clear that these two are into the swinger lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, this is insane. So I'd like to play you this clip. Please pay attention to everything that's going on.
It was like if you were stranded on an island for a year with no Wi-Fi and like only a couple things in the fridge, who would you pick? Me, T, Lady SB, Yaya, Barbie, Illa. Who else?
Okay, who you picking?
Auntie.
That's it. Worm and Auntie.
Worm and Damo. So who you picking if it's not Heather?
Who am I picking
Definitely
if it's
not
not
gonna be
Heather?
me.
Damn, that's crazy. I might have to pick Illa.
You burn. You gotta pick Worm.
Worm?
Worm
like that too. Fuck it, we on the island, nigga.
But
So what is about Worm? What is about Illa that you'll pick? What is it?
yeah, Worm ain't got no ass.
Yeah, come on.
First off, I'm picking nobody. I'm killing myself.
No, Q, you're picking me, sir.
Whoa! Let's take another fucking shot.
Well, we're best friends.
No, for sure. But I don't get it. So
You don't know nobody
one
else.
person on the island.
on me.
One person on the island, and it's not my wife. I have to kill myself.
Okay, I love that answer for you.
So
Why is he picking you though?
Why you didn't have that
Why is he
answer?
picking you?
Why
yeah, Worm
answer?
is the right pick.
You know, this is we doing content. I don't know what he got going on.
Yeah, I'm
He
dead
politically
serious.
correct.
Y'all
He
crazy.
is
So
correct.
did you see how Keem set that whole thing up? He's the one who pressed Tyrell and said, like, who would you sleep with? Who would you sleep with? And then Heather, so Tyrell gives his answer. So Heather sees a green light to basically say that she wants to have intercourse with Schoolboy Q, the guy that's sitting directly to her left. And so this was actually a really ingenious setup. So I want to give a warm shout out to Keem for making this clip possible. I saw what you were doing there. It was very cool. Something that I would probably do if I were you. And just created this content for us. So I really appreciate that. But we've got a lot more to cover. So for this next clip that I have, this is old school Back on Figg. And this is where Heather embarrasses herself in Tyrell. Now, this is a very important clip for the history and lore, because this is one of the first times that Heather really exposed herself and had a lot of fans turn on her. So this is like the beginning of the everyone hating Heather situation, saga, whatever. So this is a very important clip, and I just hope you guys enjoy it. So what happens is Heather gets shit-faced drunk on the podcast, and she gets asked by one of the guests how she met Tyrell, and she said she met Tyrell because she was on her way to go meet Lil Wayne to go on a date with Lil Wayne, but she chose Tyrell for some fucking reason. I don't even know, but listen to how she talks about Tyrell and how insignificant he is. I mean, she doesn't speak like she admires him or respects him in any way. She's just like, he's like a miserable fucking ball and chain bitch to her. Do you understand? So that's what really got the audience irked. They were like, Tyrell didn't deserve this disrespect. And everyone also sort of called cap on the situation. Like, we don't think Lil Wayne was messing with Heather. I mean, that sounds like complete bullshit. But anyway, so this is one of the first times the audience turns on Heather. Let's watch this clip.
Twitter. We met on Twitter.
You can see your DMs?
Yeah, so I was just like active on my social media so much, and he had DM'd me one day, and he was like, I'm gonna be in Texas. So I'm like, nigga, I'm in Dallas. When you get to Dallas, holla at me. And he was like, I'm in Texas. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna meet you here. But I had already had plans that I was meeting Lil Wayne, so I had to like.
Oh shit!
So
Wait, rewind. You had plans to meet up with Lil Wayne?
Say that.
Yeah, sorry. Fuck, I'm drunk.
So as you can see, Heather Sanders is just drunk as piss, sitting there, just probably Peter Pants and everything, just sitting there drunk as fuck, shit-faced as fuck. She's got her sunglasses on. She's probably got one eye going this way and one eye going the other way, you know what I mean? Her hairline's whooped. She's just making an embarrassment of herself. So anyways, this was really embarrassing. So, but what's really cool is this reaction from Duno when he hears this information fall from Heather's mouth. Duno's face gets sort of contorted into this dystonic reaction. His face gets frozen like this. This looks like it's out of a movie or something. His face is like a fake rubber mask, and the mouth is like open, and you can see through the mouth. Like the eye holes are in the mouth, you know what I mean? So this is really creepy. And so his face stays like this, fully dystonically for like 25 minutes probably. It hangs like this. So after a while, his face did return to normal and life went on. But I just want to show you guys that clip because Heather was clearly either trying to embarrass Tyrell and herself, or she is just a fucking idiot. So let's move on to our next clip. And this one is very serious and it's not to be taken lightly. This is where Heather really showed her evil. And it really illustrates her desire to be famous and to do podcasts over anything else. She would literally sacrifice anything to be famous. She wants to be Kim Kardashian. She wants to be ultra famous, and it's just not going to happen. It's not in the cards. And so what happens is she tries too hard. She tries really, really hard. Nobody likes her. Everyone's been hating on her basically since the Lil Wayne comments. She just needs to just hang it up, but she won't do that. And so for this next little segment that I like to call The Exit, this is where this whole thing's dedicated to the clip where Keem storms off of Back on Figg because he's furious at Heather and Tyrell because they downplayed Heather having COVID and potentially exposed Keem to COVID for the sake of nothing, just because Heather wanted to. Just because Heather couldn't miss Back on Figg because this is her, like, how she's going to get famous. You see, Heather prepares all week long to be on this stupid ass stream, and they just sit there and fucking bullshit and talk shit and read super chats and like explain their clothes. It's not that good of a show. That's why they lost half their fan base. You know what I mean? So for Heather to put Keem's life at risk for this, I mean, this is sick. Watch this.
I've been so sick. Me, Zoe, my little baby. We got sick at her birthday party on Saturday. Some little dirty ass kid brought it over here. I don't know who, but yeah.
We don't know who brought that shit over here.
And
Man.
then your dirty ass, I ain't gonna say you, not dirty ass, but you know, you had went somewhere too right after that.
I went to work out with Duno.
But nah, for real though, so like right now though, just real time right now, you saying you have COVID. Cause I'm lost right now on how this is even a thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've tested positive a couple of days ago, but I haven't tested again yet, so I'm not sure.
You don't feel that.
This is I'm able to. My body has been so weak. I've been in the bed. I didn't even brush my fucking teeth.
Basically, she good. She didn't have that shit for 6 days already.
Yeah.
don't believe her like she just got it yesterday
it.
and she in here. She fucking stupid, dog. Don't even believe nothing she talking
but
about.
But I'm like,
right
I have to rest up and I have to get good before
like,
Back on Figg.
Dog. Yeah, she be saying some stupid shit. It's okay.
You tested?
Nigga, fuck no. I ain't got that shit, nigga.
So are you feeling sick? Because Duno FaceTimed me today. And I was like, I have COVID. He's like, you have fucking COVID? He's like, I've been sneezing. He's like, I fucking knew it. Like, you gave it to me at the workout. He's like, Tyrell's scandalous. Tyrell's scandalous for not telling us on Wednesday that you had COVID.
You was doing a whole workout going crazy.
No, on Wednesday, he said you failed to mention it.
And you didn't go work out.
You took the test on this Wednesday?
This Wednesday.
And you had it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit. Hey, listen. I'm so daddic. This is crazy. This is some crazy intro. This is This is legendary. You legendary motherfucker.
Go ahead, man. You want to leave out here, man? You know what I'm saying?
It's fine.
Back to Corona, man. We out of here. Go ahead.
All right, so Heather had tested positive for COVID 2 days before this show. She tested positive and she had symptoms. She still has symptoms, and she didn't want to tell Keem about this before he came because her and Tyrell both knew that Keem would not show up if he knew that she had COVID. So what their plan was is to have him just show up and then get into the show a little bit and then explain why she sounds and looks like shit. And then it'll be too late at that point. It's like, what's the problem? You're here. Like, you're not going to leave, are you? So that's crazy. So they knew, and Tyrell's complicit in this. And I think it's because Tyrell sort of has to take a backseat to Heather for a lot of reasons. You know what I mean? So Heather is like, don't fuck this up for me. And so Tyrell has to keep his mouth shut. But I want to point out that Heather is truly the reason why Tyrell is a grifter, because he has to go along with her. So Tyrell's really only a con artist because of Heather. Do you understand? So I want to just point that out. So Heather and Tyrell's biggest defense about this is that Keem doesn't wear a mask everywhere else he goes. So he should be able to come sit down in an enclosed space with someone who is known tested positive for COVID, and it's the same risk as going to the grocery store without a mask, the same risk as being in a tiny bedroom with a person coughing and testing positive for COVID. That's their logic. And this Heather doesn't give a fuck about anything. She's been waiting all week. She's been getting her nails done. She's been getting facials and fucking treatments and shit, all to show up on this stupid ass show. And for it to get canceled, that really made her hot. She doesn't even care that Keem doesn't want to get sick. She's surprised that Keem's leaving. That's how narcissistic this fucking woman is.
It's not as serious as it used to be. I think I'm fine.
Go ahead, man.
It's over.
All right, man. I'm gonna see y'all. You gonna pull up to punch here tonight, right?
Yeah.
You're fucking leaving? Are you fucking kidding me?
I got to. You think, what am I? I'm hot. Y'all got me hot right now, but I love you, legendary.
You're literally leaving?
I got to.
Oh my God.
Before he...
So after Keem leaves, Heather and Tyrell just sort of make the best of it and do like an impromptu stream between the two of them. And everyone in the chat is just ruthlessly torching Heather and calling her leather. That's L and Heather put together. That's leather. That's a very good one. And so the chat is just all negative. They're booing her off. They're throwing tomatoes. They really hate this woman. So this is going to be her and Tyrell coping with that. And Tyrell crashes out a little bit to come to her aid when he should be kicking her off and being like, sorry, babe, I tried to have you on my show, but you're going to ruin it. You're going to wreck the whole fucking thing. You suck. Go run your businesses that you're so proud of. You know what I mean? Let me do my shit, you know, but that's not what he does. He goes to bat for her. Doesn't end well. Look at this.
And you know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is we just trying to get away from the negative shit. I think like we left that negative shit and, you know what I'm saying, and making up narratives and, you know, not making up narratives, but niggas do that shit too. Just the negative cloud and the whole like comments and all of that shit. Like we trying to get away from that shit. That's why like nigga, we just over here chilling, doing us. You feel me? Fucking with ourselves and all the whole little shit. Like, that's why we over here doing that. Like, nigga, we ain't got time for no... Take that shit over there. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see niggas on some positive shit. And I'd rather look at that, man, rather than to sit around and just be sitting around looking at some bullshit, negative ass, whole ass shit. You know what I mean? So, that shit is crazy, man. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Oh, him, Tyrell 22, L Stream. Your mama's an L Stream. And y'all can keep putting the Tyrell 22. I love that. You know what I mean? Like, shout out 53,000 motherfuckers in here, man. Make sure y'all like this video, man.
So if you haven't already seen it, there you have it. Tyrell crashing out. This was actually a crash out. He's attacking his audience. He's insulting people's mothers over comments, over instead of taking this rightful L and just being like, man, we fucked up, you know what I mean? But instead he's childishly lashing out at his own audience. Wow, what a crash. He's too stupid to understand that he inherited his audience from No Jumper, and No Jumper is one of the most toxic audiences there are. So he thinks he can just filter out all the positive comments. I mean, what kind of stupid ass shit is that? What kind of narcissistic delusion is that? I mean, how could you think that you're going to have only positive commentary about you guys? You guys suck. And so this next clip's going to show Heather talking about how Schoolboy Q, the famous rapper, told her that he reads all of the negative comments about her in the chat, and he told her to just not worry about it and just do her. And so she uses this to basically bring up and name drop Schoolboy Q at the same time saying fuck you to the chat. The chat is supposed to be her fan base. I don't know what she expects to accomplish by saying fuck the chat. The chat's who shows up and watches. So do you just want to play the heel and just be the villain that everyone hates? Because, I mean, that might work for you.
And he was like, I read the chat. He was like, don't pay attention to them. Do your thing. He was like, they're always just going to try to like get to you. He's like, but you're amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. I love you on Back on Figg. And that means more to me than anybody else in the fucking chat, honestly.
So Heather's basically saying, Schoolboy Q's famous and he likes me on Back on Figg. So all the Back on Figg fans can fuck off. And Tyrell sees this crash out and he goes, oh, I like the chat. What are you talking about? And this is really pathetic. Watch Tyrell.
That means more to me than anybody else in the fucking chat, honestly.
I love the chat.
I used to.
If they throw tomatoes, even if they are throwing L's, and even if they doing it, I love interacting with people. Like, I'm a people person.
No,
so
you are.
I love interacting with niggas. Even though if I can't see you, I love the interaction. I love whatever niggas be doing.
So this is one of Tyrell's grifts. He always goes, man, I love everyone in the chat, man. Oranges in the chat. You know what I mean? And he just loves his chat. That's Tyrell's big thing, is sucking up to his chat. And that's actually a huge grift. We just saw Tyrell say, man, fuck your mama, to someone in his chat that he didn't like. So actually, that's a lie. He hates his chat. And I think he hates Heather just like all of us. But he can't, I mean, she's got him by the short and curlies financially. You know what I mean? And that's all for a separate topic. But basically, he has to go along with her. So Tyrell knows very well that the chat hates her and that all the fans don't want her on the show and that she should probably not be on the show because it's ruining the show. So Tyrell knows this, but there's nothing he can do. He has to go along with what she says. And she wants to be on camera. She wants to be Kim Kardashian. She's like, she doesn't care about her family at home. She doesn't care about Tyrell. She just cares about fame and having that camera on herself. So in this next clip, you're going to see the subject come up of why she's even on this show if everyone hates her. And she says that she's just not used to so much negativity because she gets so much love everywhere else. It's nothing but 100% positive on her Instagram and her TikTok. So Tyrell puts her on the spot and straight up asks her why she's even on the show then if it's so negative here and she hates negativity. And she says, because you want me here. And everyone knows that's not true, including her. Tyrell definitely does not want her on the show.
Negative as fuck.
But why you on here?
Because you want me on here. And
you want to be on here.
I do also want to be on here, but I wouldn't be on here if you didn't want me on here.
Yeah, so we not worried about that. We just worried about strictly conversation.
Yeah, strictly conversation, strictly about us.
She inserts herself into every little thing. She's so annoying. No one likes her. She's absolutely single-handedly decimated the fan base of Back on Figg. They're only getting like 5,000 live viewers now each show when they used to get like 10 to 12. Heather has really been detrimental to the show's growth and just its overall reputation. Even Adam 16 is taking swings at Heather for her failures, which is really funny. I mean, could you imagine an accused diddler sending shots at you? I mean, no one likes him either. So for him to come out and say, man, the fan base just really isn't fucking with her as like on-camera talent, that's really crazy. You got Adam 16 saying that no one likes you. Okay, in a world where no one the only people that like Adam 16 are like 200 people that live in the Reddit. That's it. So Adam 16 is on the No Jumper show and he brings up Heather and starts talking about how she's spreading COVID and how inappropriate she is and how no one likes her and stuff. You got to watch this.
Now motherfuckers is getting COVID, you know, leathers out here infecting people left and right and shit. So shit is out of control as far as I can tell. But they're learning that lesson very quickly, is that if you have other people who are not getting paid, who are under your umbrella, and those people don't necessarily have the same objectives as you, then they're gonna start
feeling like they have no alliance to you
and making
no type of
making
loyalty.
conflict.
They ain't got no type of loyalty, church. Fucking sharp. Look at, he's got loyalty to this haircut. Look at this haircut again. This looks like Fifth Element. So anyways, yeah, so Adam is going in on Heather. We're gonna hear a little bit more.
For content. And not to say that they're even necessarily doing that, because the whole COVID narrative and shit, they got done dirty, like whatever his name.
Yeah, I see.
That's not cool.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I feel like Heather and Tyrell should at least gave Keem a heads up with the COVID shit. That's kind of like.
And especially when they told me that he got like a sick mom and he got multiple kids and shit, I was like, how the fuck are you just joking around with the COVID thing? But now that shit's fucked up, because, and I don't even want to be like digging in their business, but I don't know if I ever seen the audience switch up on somebody as fast as they switched up on her. And I don't know how that shit gets better from here.
All right, so I do think it's funny that Adam doesn't remember the time that his fan base switched up on him. I mean, really, he's probably only got about 20% of his original fan base that still likes him. That's that's actually a realistic number too. So that's really alarming that Adam is coming up with this. You know, I can't remember the last time I saw an audience switch up on someone. I'm pretty sure that an overwhelming portion of Adam's audience switched up on him overnight when he outed House Phone. That was detrimental to Adam's fan base, and also when he went around interviewing those supremacists and or giving his wife to that man for that scene. You know what I'm saying? So this is all very funny that Adam can't remember all this stuff.
Because that shit, they already were not really fucking with her as like an on-camera personality. And now they're looking at her like, oh, you're perpetuating viral warfare. You introducing germs into the system. You trying to kill some of the homies so that there will be more money to just go to Tyrell. And they can't donate to some of the other homies if they're dead because they got COVID.
One of my little homies' mom died from COVID.
All right, so I hope you guys can now see how narcissistic and evil and stupid this woman is, but I've got to cut the video short. There's too much stuff going on. There's too many topics to cover. So I've got to let you guys go, but I thank you guys for tuning in, and hit the like button, please, and I'll see you on the next one.
We're ending it on that, white boy.
Yo, we're gonna lose his mind.